This is an old ass man versus a young ass man podcast. First of all, I'm super proud of you, man. Like,
Man,
what you're doing.
thank you.
What you're
Thank
doing
you.
is just really amazing and remarkable. Like you literally are being the change that you want to see. That is Marty Marr. He still hasn't figured out his situation over
Oh
there. I don't
yes,
know.
man.
He looked
I
like
can get the sun glaring on his scalp. Yeah,
he guys. I don't know where he going with that beat.
that's,
What up,
black.
Chad?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
You got
I'm
that
good,
Prince
man.
look with a
I'm
bald
good.
head.
Yeah, man, that's flipping it.
What's going on, man? You looking good though, man. You looking good.
You too, man. You too. Thank you, man.
Trying to maintain, baby.
That's
Trying to
what
maintain.
Showing
Yeah.
those chest hairs.
Well,
Come on, yo.
let's just start off because we know you. We love you as a brother. But just tell everybody who you are first, because we're doing this podcast to, like Donald said, you're an influence, you inspire and you educate, and that's our motto. So, who are you?
I always try to like. You don't want to name like titles and things like I'm fire. If first of all, I'm fire. I can either burn a town down or I can, make a situation better. I can be a light, it just depends on how you want to contain it. But I'm an artist. I'm a abstract expressionist. My wife and I, we have a vending machine business. We just had a huge, big meeting with the government, man. So, we do that. I also clean up trash, and now I guess I'm a black environmentalist. I didn't know that, but if you care about if you care about where you are from, or you care about you're environmentalist. So that's just who I am. I'm trying to make an impact, and like your show, the legacy. That's what I care about, legacy. So
I
that's why.
remember conversations that we used to have when we worked at the hotel about you taking over the property and like I'm gonna just jump right in because what made you go into wanting to clean up your community? Like how'd that come about?
Man, it was my mom got sick. I mean, you were there, like you were there. I'm saying, at the hotel. It was just bad. It was like I knew I had to go back home. And I didn't want to, but I was having too much fun, man. But it was just like life call, and I'm like, oh, but I'm having so much fun up here. But no, man, I knew I had to go back home, and just being with her and taking her to dialysis, it's rough, dude. That's why I know what you're going through. It's rough. Uh, but I just started seeing like nobody cared about the neighborhood anymore. Nobody was cleaning. I mean, my grandfather did it for years, so he couldn't walk anymore. So when I got there, I'm just assessing the situation. I'm like, yo, nobody cares, and they're not about to, trash my block. Basically, if I was in New York, we'd just be like, this is my block, this is my neighbor. No. So I just I cleaned it up yesterday. I haven't stopped since. I'm just not gonna let it just. I'm just not gonna let it look like it was looking. So I just started doing it, and now, man, I mean, it's crazy what's happening. I mean, we were just at a meeting at the courthouse because they're starting to fine and ticket like these dollar stores because they're not doing enough to clean up the property. So I was in that meeting with the elected officials. My wife was there. She spoke. It's just crazy what's happened in like 4 years. But just every day, just cleaning up. And I lived in New York, man. I was the one that I walked, you know how far you walk in New York, just because you got to walk, you got to walk to the train station. You got to walk. I mean, Martin does his whole bit is about, his walk.
It's
I
true.
I like walking, but in Georgia you don't get that many opportunities. But when you clean up trash, you do, So I cleaned up the whole town, Now we're cleaning up the county, and now I've been honored by the state. So it's like it's rolling. So
Well, this is a brother that has a real good heart, man. That's doing a lot for the community. Chad, I got another question, man. I mean, the history of your family, like down there. I mean, last time we were speaking, you was talking about the history, and I was looking up all these different men's names in the back. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of your family, like what's going on with that?
yeah, man. I mean, that's another thing. Like the family. We've been in Gwinnett County, Georgia, which is about 30 minutes outside of Atlanta, for almost over 100 years. My great grandfather bought 110 acres, in like 1930, in the 1930s. My great grandfather took over after his death, um, and we've been there ever since. But what my great grandfather may not have known is that he bought the land of a plantation owner, slave owner, that kept a journal of the Civil War, like pre-Civil War, during the war. Um, where we're from, uh, Margaret Mitchell came to get inspiration to write "Gone with the Wind," you know. But my great grandfather bought that land, bought the property, and we've been there for generations. So that's where I grew up. That's why I was telling Donald about, every day, up in New York. So yeah, man, it's a deep history. The county just bought we call it the big house. It was like the meeting place, for our
Hmm.
family.
Right.
The county bought it, so they want to make a museum, basically, because it's important. It's the end of the Civil War, you know, and civil rights and everything in between, So they just bought that, and they're gonna make a museum, and they're gonna make a lot of money, but we're gonna be in position to do the same thing. So
Mm.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's huge,
yeah.
man. Like, you know, I can't say this enough. Um, how proud I am of you, man, and all that you've accomplished. Because we go back a little bit from working at the hotel and stuff, and to for us to have conversations about what you wanted to do and taking over the property, and doing the work that your grandfather couldn't do anymore, and to seeing you being a leader in your community, to being a role model, to getting a street named after you, or a highway, I think it is. Like,
Well, I got some signs up. I'm still working on
hey,
the street name, but
well, I
it's
but
yeah.
but I'm
Thank
seeing
you.
I see your work all the time, man, and as a black man, as a brother, and as a friend, having conversations and seeing what you're doing is really, really incredible. And I know you touched on it a little bit before, um but if you don't mind saying again, like, how did you transition your mindset from your art into basically being an environmentalist?
Mm. That's a good
Uh,
question.
yeah, no, I mean, I try to. I don't venture out. I call myself an ace, because not because I want to be an asshole, but I'm an artist. Um, C is community outreach. So for me, picking up litter is an extension of my art into the community, because every time I clean up a street, I'm envisioning like a blank canvas. So it's
Mm.
like I'm working in reverse. And the E is entrepreneur, like my grandfather built a town, basically, and that's what I grew up seeing. So it was like a black Wall Street just in the South, but we had a grocery store. We still have, I mean, we just, now there's Mexicans in it, but they're paying my grandfather rent, so now it's a Mexican store. So, you know, I mean, that's just what it is. I just, it's all a part of me, but that's three aspects of my life I always try to focus on. If it's not the art at one moment, because I don't always have creative juice or inspiration. But I can always go clean a street, or I can go fill a vending machine, or think about some way to invest and try to make money. So that's just three areas.
It, Chad, if you don't mind talking about like becoming an entrepreneur, because when you went back to Atlanta, I don't know if that was necessarily on your radar, like becoming an entrepreneur in terms of getting into the business of vending machines. Like, if you don't mind talking about how that came about.
Well, she over here on the couch. That's I met this young lady, and
Hey.
and
What's up,
Hey.
Queen?
it's her birthday today.
Oh, what?
It's her
Happy birthday.
Yeah, it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday,
Thank
Queen.
you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
So yeah, man, I just knew I couldn't work in an office. I was, like I told my grandfather, I can't go work at the post office, because I might kill myself in the bathroom. And he's like, man, what's wrong with you? I said, ain't nothing wrong with me, man. It's just I cannot be in confined, So I was valeting. I was valet parking cars, I was getting cash, but I was running my ass off. I was running every night miles, that's why I was thin, I was running for my life basically. So yeah, I met Kendra, and she had a vending machine business that she created from the ground up. And I went to business school, and I can, I'm I'm smart. I'm saying I don't. It's okay to say, yeah, I'm smart.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
looked
right.
at
It's
this.
all right. You
Yeah,
didn't curse nothing.
look.
You didn't curse. You didn't say nothing crazy.
I'm smart. I
Right?
looked at this black woman doing, picking up drinks. I'm like, that's heavy, But I picked up bags in New York. I
Mhm.
walked miles in New York. I've done everything in New York. Just to wash your clothes in New York is an accomplishment. So shit, you got to walk blocks. You know what I'm saying?
With a big ass
So she
duffel bag.
with a duffel bag, and I never had the right kind. But you know what I'm saying? I was cheap. But what I looked at it was she has a business that she created and nobody's helping her, and like they should. So I just offered to help, and she gave me, the keys to the whole business, and I've been doing my part and running it the best I can. Um, but yeah, man, I mean, like we just had a meeting with basically it's the government. It's a organization that helps the blind. So
Mm.
they give contracts to blind people so that they can have an income, and then they give the vending accounts to other people to run it for those blind people.
Wow.
So they have they have contracts with the airport, with uh every, like, the CDC, you know. So it's crazy. Yeah, all the rest stops in Georgia, and we got a meeting with them Tuesday just to kind of follow up. But yeah, man, that's how I got involved. I mean, I've been an entrepreneur without an opportunity, and Kendra gave me an opportunity, and I'm just proving, like, I can, give me a chance. I'm gonna do something. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. We're doing something down
So,
So
Chad, I want to get into how you grew up. Like, what were your surroundings like growing up in Atlanta? And then I want you to get into, if you don't mind, your mom and the impact that she made on your life.
okay, yeah, like I said, here, check this food. Yeah, man, I it was basically it was me and my mom growing up. I was the only child for her. You know, my dad has four other kids in total, but it was just me and her for the first part of my life. Um, and it was good up until like I was 5. Things were pretty normal. And then like when I was 5, it just all like I noticed everything. I knew that she was doing something. I knew like from the people she was with, it just wasn't good. I knew the drugs weren't good. You know, I flushed her cocaine down the toilet when I was 5.
Mm,
Um, just because I knew it was just, I just knew it was leading towards something. And, coke went to crack. But nobody would have known, It's just we're in a small Georgia town. Um, but I mean, crack went through everywhere. So, crack was going through our community, took out half of my family, you know, basically. Um, yeah, man, it was, but I was always, I was in school, nobody knew I was class clown, I can make people laugh. I made people laugh so they didn't ask about me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
I always focus on other people so they don't focus on me. So, yeah, it was not easy. Um, so for years, I noticed like people were coming to the house. She was basically selling, drugs at the house. And looking back on it, I wouldn't have done that, because it's not it's not the smartest thing to do. So I
Hmm.
always try to better it. Like, how can you better? How could I better my mom's organization? And I could have. I could have done, but I rebelled in the other way, So I was, just good in school. I woke myself up and to get to class, and I was did my own. Nobody helped me with anything. I just, and then when I was 11, that's when everything kind of hit. Cops busted in. I wasn't there, but yeah, cops busted in, arrested her, and then from then on, I moved to my grandparents' house. And that's where I was up until I was like 21. So yeah,
What did they arrest her for?
selling and using, and then just they would just crack down. I mean, it wasn't like it is now. I mean,
Right.
it was just me and her. So if anything, they didn't care about my well-being at all. I mean,
Mm.
but that was just the policies, then, and now it's different. I mean, people are treated like people a little more, depending on who you are. But yeah, it was a different time, man.
And
Um,
so you were by yourself, not by yourself, but you was without your mother for how many years?
well, together probably, a couple of years. She was gone. She was probably like my teenage years. She was off and on, going back to different places and violating probation. You know how they get you in the system. It was
Yeah,
just,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah, man, she was just off and on, going different, but it was never the same, you know.
Do you think that that situation made you a stronger man when it comes to your business and your art, or have you forgiven your mother, or did you ever blame her for anything in your life?
Oh, I mean, I don't think I ever did. I always try, like, everything is personal. So even what somebody does to you, is really up to you, and
Mhm.
I'm grateful. I'm actually grateful that I went through everything, which is, I mean, hell, I mean, yeah, I can make I can make it through some stuff. What?
Because of that situation.
Man, we had somebody rip one of our vending machines like it was like a bear did it. Like 10 bears just came and just needed snacks at that moment. And I saw it, I said, "Oh, wow. I made it through, made it through crack, man. I mean, I'm
Right.
like it's a it's a miracle. It's a miracle, but like I said, I'm not stupid. And I know like this government, the whole that flag behind you, it is not
Hey,
it's not set up for us. So, but it's okay.
So that's why we got that flag behind you. That's why it's there.
what?
Yeah.
Eh.
So how did that affect you mentally? Like, because I know my mom was on drugs too. She was on coke for a minute, and
Hmm.
that definitely affected me mentally to the point where I was always angry. As a kid, I was really, really angry, and so I wonder how did that affect you, like growing up, knowing what your mom was doing, and what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, like, I get the anger. Like I got, I have anger issues now. Not as much, but I mean, I do smoke a lot of weed, so that's how I get past. But um, shyness growing up, like I had to, I didn't really have anybody to share with or talk to up until I was like 18. I didn't tell anybody anything really,
Mm.
so I was just shy. That affected me, in that way. Self doubt, like self esteem. I don't know. It just I didn't think it could, but you had to go through some. I had to go through so many layers just of stuff I had to deal with.
Yeah, yeah, that's it's I'm still dealing with issues um that I got from the experiences growing up around my mom, and just going through that whole situation, and now
Yeah.
being a father, it's kind of crazy um to see that, and now you have your next beautiful gift coming. And so how does the things that you went through change you now, having your kids?
I mean, just God, man. I mean, I really I try to express this to people, but like every day, I'm trying to I'm swinging for the fences. I'm like every time I do a cleanup, I'm thinking about $1 million contracts that we can get. Because we're forming a nonprofit. It's almost so I'm just thinking about like I just want their lives to be just way better than they're already going to be. I'm just really focused. You know, but I'm just glad I'm glad I went through it. And I understand more. Of what she just wanted to party, have a good time. I mean, hell, I do. I'm drinking, smoking now. Because Lake is gone. She's at her nana's house. So, but I get it. She's probably gonna flush my weed down the toilet or something. It's gonna be. I'm not judging nobody. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm trying. she, she gonna flush. Yeah, she's crazy. So I'm getting it. I'm getting it all back.
She got a little personality of her own, huh?
Oh man, I feel like it's my mom kind of like, and it's just like a weird, like now it's my turn to raise you, and it's just I don't know, it's just crazy. Yeah, but
Yeah,
she's
So
is is interesting to go through, right? Because uh, you know, I pray that my kids are nothing like how I was, man. Ah, Jesus Christ, please. I was a terror, and looking at my son and my daughter now, it's like, yo, please, please, God, don't let them be nothing like me, nothing like the bad part of me. Because man, you know, I think about that a lot.
No, they're gonna be you because it's but they can take it and make it something different, but they're you, what I'm saying? So they're gonna be terrors too, but they can be terrors in a good way. So
Yeah,
Uh,
I want to ask about your art, man. So behind me, this flag is what you create. This is your creation, and you know, um, I put it up here because I want it to be the staple of every time we get on here and we have a podcast, because it's a reminder for me of, like you said, I was watching when I filmed you when we were in your I guess like your studio, the warehouse spot in the art district, and you were giving a breakdown of the flag and the breakdown of the straight jacket.
yeah, I heard about that. That was funny.
And
I don't
I
know
need
if
to
we're
go
gonna
into
get into that.
details, but it is a
no.
representation of 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 what we
Oh, you
did.
talking about when we were at the hotel?
Well, no,
I like like
just no, just in general. This flag behind me and the representation that it has, the the
yeah,
the
the black light.
the black light, and
Yeah.
yeah, like if you don't mind getting into the art, like in your art and how you create and how do you get your inspiration for your creations. And if you want to start with this one, that's cool, or in general.
I want to know what the stick figures are, even though I've been told already. But I want to know what the stick figures are and the hands mean on the flag, because you do your sneakers like that. Also,
Mhm.
you put the stick figures on. You got the hangman piece that I love so much, man, and I
Mhm.
I want to purchase that myself, and I want to put it into our own collection. Even though
Okay.
we want to big you up constantly. We've been telling you that we're gonna do our art show soon. Once this COVID is over, we're supposed to have done it.
I'll be
But
up
one
there,
of my
man. Yeah.
one of my favorite pieces is that hangman, and I just want and the sneakers. What like Donald was saying. Go ahead, speak. I'm just talking.
No, no. I mean, it actually. Okay. Well, yeah. The sneakers. I mean, that's where the hangman came from. I mean, I I was just wearing some Chucks one day, and after my cousin's wedding here in Georgia, and then I took them back to New York, and I'm like, let me just paint these. I don't really wear this color or anything, but I just painted them, and that's just like the image I had of just like us, how we just like when we need each other, we're there. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're, like Donald. You know what I'm saying? You, Donald needed you. You were there. I needed Billy or whoever. But these figures are just like us, just being together and like making it through everything we've made it through. Um, yeah, and then Donald was like, "Yo, son, uh, I need a pair of those, son. Like, can you do blue and brown?" I'm like, "What? Like, what is this? What are you talking about?" But he was like he was giving me the blueprint. Like anybody from New York, anybody from New York got to sell something, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's just I didn't even think about it. I didn't think
Right.
about it. So that is the inspiration, for that. But the flag behind you, he comes from my uncle Eugene Talmadge Austin. He was an attorney. He worked on Capitol Hill. He fought to get Martin Luther King's birthday a holiday. So he actually wrote the bill.
Oh
So that
wow.
flag behind you has got some history. He passed away. Uh, his daughter didn't come to the wedding, but she wanted me to take the flag and his ashes and like bear it. Yeah. I didn't do that. So I took the flag and did what I needed to do with it to represent my Uncle Eugene, and that is like the hands are like, we built this country. We built this country, and that's my black hands. My cousin's hands are on it too. Like, this is about to be some schoolyard. We built this. So that's the flag. I mean, but
So,
I mean,
Chad, just I'm sorry to interrupt, but that's deep. Can you just, for the people who are listening, because this is going to be on film, but people who are listening that can't see what the flag is, can you just describe what it looks like? Just it's the American flag.
it's the American flag covered in, it's splattered in red, just splattered in, like, the red is supposed to represent the blood, but it didn't come in those evenly bars. It came in splatter, you
Wow.
know, and that's just, I make whips out of electronics. Like, I have TVs that I stack up in a corner, and I'll cut all the cords off, and I'll make a cat of nine tails, and I whip my art with it, and it's just like,
Mm,
that's where we came from, man. I mean,
mm.
I don't know any other way to represent this country without, like, truth, so splattered in red, spray paint covered, and it's just
And the hands are there for.
to represent us, to represent, like, the struggle, to represent that we are represented, like, because we don't. I look at that flag and I don't see any, like, black.
So
It
if
should be black.
your uncle Austin did all of that, and that's his flag, who's Roscoe? Who's Roscoe, man?
Roscoe is his brother. Roscoe was in the service. He committed suicide. Like,
Wow.
I get
Roscoe Dupree
Ross.
Austin, right?
Yeah. I got my family went to Buford Colored High School. You
Yeah, I
know,
know. I was checking
and
that
that's
out earlier.
yeah,
Buford Color High School,
yeah. I
Roscoe.
mean, yeah.
Man,
No, we have all the documentation, receipts, everything.
Wow.
this was
I just sent that diploma, Roscoe's diploma, to Texas to his daughter, so she can have it.
Mm.
and he
Because it's like,
graduated in what 1947 it says,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
My birthday is May 27th, so it's May 26th.
Wow.
But that's deep. You
Yeah.
have a rich history, and that's why we asked you about the
Yeah, that's
art. And
deep. That's
dang,
real
so
deep.
wow,
Yeah, man.
wow,
Yeah, dude.
wow, wow.
That flag, like that. I got a piece, Donald. I got a piece, man. I can't even take pictures of it right because my phone's terrible. But it's called "The Fall from Capitol Hill," and it's like dealing with him. Like, they blackballed him off of Capitol Hill. He came back here. He drove himself crazy. I had to clean out his apartment. It was terrible, dude. It's terrible. Like, but I got all these newspapers from, like, DC, from, like, in the 90s, and it had the Redskins on it. You got to see. I mean, it's dope. I mean, I'm biased, but it's dope.
So
So
are
yeah,
you gonna
go ahead,
are
Donald.
are you
Go
are
ahead.
you gonna make something out of it? Like, are you gonna
I
do some
already
kind of art
did.
piece?
It already did. It's done. And like a month after um, I made it, that's when, like, the insurrection happened, and everything on that art piece is like, it's crazy. It's
So
everything that
Chad,
happened.
I gotta ask you, how do you feel about what's going on in Georgia today with the elections and what's happening right now? What's up with that, man? I mean, Georgia's hot right now when it comes to stuff like that. Do you think it's still that we're going backwards with that in Georgia?
Oh man, we are in a constant tug of war. Like, this is this is Georgia. This is like, it's black and white, man. It's like good and evil. It's old system versus new way of thinking. Like,
Still in Georgia, still.
oh no, yeah, it's gonna be like that for a while.
in Atlanta. You're talking about even in the city of Atlanta, where most people are black and people have power. Black people have power in in that area. Why
And
would something like this continuously happen if there's so much power, black power, in Atlanta?
well, who,
Mm.
what, how do you get your? Well, you got to ask who's the power company. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's power, who the hell powers you? Who powers you? You know, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, there's black people that are doing good things, you know, but there's also black people in the way. Black people like don't want to give up their positions, you know. I'm dealing with that. Like as we are picking up trash, you know, we're getting into the politics of it's politics, man. It's
Yeah,
it's a crazy. It's crazy.
you know, now you say that, it's so that is crazy, right? Like just picking up trash is very political. How is that even possible? Like picking up trash that people throw away frivolously and recklessly and don't care, but when somebody cares and goes to clean up the community, how does that freaking become political?
Haters come out. People
It,
don't
it,
want you to. Don't pick up that
yeah,
mother effing
it
garbage,
blows my mind.
motherfucker.
Yeah,
Don't pick up the garbage.
but the same thing happens in the projects.
Yeah.
Same thing happens in the projects.
Yeah.
If the community is dirty, people are peeing in the elevators, on the staircase, and
Yeah.
crack or whatever's on the floor, bottles, or whatever the case is, and somebody says, you know what, I'm going to take this upon myself to clean it up.
Mhm.
There's a problem. That makes no sense.
Well, it does make sense though.
Disagree.
Like
That's what I was gonna say.
I mean, it's like it like I said, it's a battle. Like I know I just cleaned the street and I know there's people throwing it out because they want the neighborhood to be in that type of situation.
Mm.
Right.
What do you
Right.
mean when you say that? Why would they want it to be in that
They
situation?
want this type of element. Like it is if your community looks like trash, who was leading it? And it is not the the politicians, it's not the like the leaders that should be leading it. It's not the you know, it's not the people like the teachers and no, it's people that are on like out on their luck, you know, that need help, that have mental issues, that don't care really about the community or the people or the children that have to, you know, walk past broken glass. It's the people that want that type of community because that will, you know, it's just how it is. It's just money and attention goes to certain areas, and then certain areas are just kind of left on their own. And if nobody cleans up or takes initiative, then somebody's going to be running your neighborhood, you know. And it's
Where
just
do you think that mindset comes from?
damn, man. I mean, that's deep. Self-hate, you know, like I always say Jim Crow, because that's just, you know, I grew up in the South. Like we are taught to we were taught to hate ourselves, you know. So, you know, and uh, it's really that's layered, you know. It's layered, dude.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talking
It's so
about it.
complex.
It is. We talking about Atlanta. I mean, it's crazy. This give me two words, man. I want two words. So if I said to you, Brian Kemp, give me a word, man. Brian
Punk,
Kemp, Governor Brian Kemp. What
punk
would you say
bitch,
about him?
punk bitch,
Just two words.
punk bitch.
That's two, man. That's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
All right. Now, let me get another word.
Okay.
Keisha Bottoms.
Hmm.
Keisha Bottoms. Well, you want one word or two words?
I want the whatever words, two words, one word. I like the punk bit, whatever. Come on.
Potentially out.
Mm.
Hmm. So now, first, Kemp, why do you call him a punk bitch? Briefly.
Oh man, I mean, because if you weren't here, like you didn't see the commercials that this guy ran. He's sick. He's sick. You know, I mean, he was in a pickup truck talking about I'll pick up Mexicans on my own and I'll take them back to Mexico myself. You know, I'm like, and then you know having a shotgun pointed like it was just crazy. It was
What?
crazy.
He was
Like, yeah,
doing
he had the
ads like
shot.
that?
Yeah, he had the shotgun in the video, basically showing his strength, and you gotta look up, just look up his commercials before he stole governor, because he was what, Secretary of State, I believe, and he, he took 200,000 people off the, voting records, and
Mhm.
he's
Yeah, I've
terrible.
seen the ads. I've
He's
seen the
terrible.
ads. I've seen his ads. I have a friend who's a friend of his, and
But
I've seen his ads.
but I mean, that's just, he comes from the building industry in
Mhm.
Georgia, and that's just who they are. They have a network, the good old boys network, and they usually send the stupidest people into the building industry, stupidest. And
Right.
he comes from that, and he's just, yeah, he's a demon. He's a demon. That's all I can say. But
Not, but he's
What,
he's
there.
our, he's
what
our
do you
governor.
think? What do you think about Stacey Abrams?
Well, wait. Keisha
Oh,
Bottoms.
oh, all right. Sorry.
But
No.
yeah, Keisha is. It's not just, she's on shaky ground,
Do you think that
really.
she's doing enough for the community, or do you think she's just doing it for herself?
She, I mean, she was one of the first to get to endorse Biden. She fought for. She was fighting for a position. I think she wanted, like,
She
I
won a
think she wanted.
VP.
She would. Whew, that would have been her. But he gave her, like, hey, you can be ambassador of the Bahamas or something like that. I forgot where it was, but it wasn't. It wasn't what she wanted.
Right.
So, it's just shaky. There's a local activist that he's on the city council. There's talks of he might run against her. Another lady on the city council, black lady.
She'll
These are,
be out.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, they're people in Buckhead are talking about crime. Atlanta crime is going crazy.
Yeah. I spoke to a friend of mine a couple of days ago about all the crime in Buckhead
Yo,
and all the stuff that's going on.
I got my gun out, just like something, like my cousin came down here. I took my gun to the airport with me because people getting shot in the freeway.
Yeah, I
What?
heard.
I'm just like, yo, I got a gun, so
I heard
it's
they
okay.
rolled up on cars. And the reason I asked about those two people,
Hmm.
Chad, was because, in our community, we're always looking for somewhere to put the blame,
Yeah.
rather than take it all as a group where we all can say, okay, it's Kemp, it might be Keisha. One of my white Atlanta brothers was like saying, I'm kind of down with Kemp, but I kind of like Keisha. But if I say something about Keisha because I'm white people are gonna say I'm wrong. The black people are gonna say I have a right to talk
Uh,
about Keisha. So how would
no.
I approach Keisha? So I was telling them that if you're gonna approach Keisha in any form, or if you want to tell your friends about Keisha in any form, let's see what Keisha has done for her own community. And let's see what our own people have done inside of our communities. And let's see where we can play. That's the reason I
Well,
asked you about.
I would worry about that guy's friends, because if
Mhm.
he's worried about what his friends are gonna say, I mean, because nobody down here, if you're supporting Kemp, then you wouldn't support her, So there's just, it's like, it's a clear line, you know.
It's a clear
Just,
line.
it's clear, yeah.
Mm.
So
So do you think that Keisha is a good politician, a good mayor? And the reason I'm speaking specifically as mayor, because she's in control of the city, and a lot of black people out there support her.
that's tough, man. I mean,
No
because
problem.
like the city is thriving, like, yeah, people are moving here, like things are happening. But I just see, I see these black communities, man, and nobody cares about the trash, dude. No,
Yeah.
nobody. They let some of these communities in Atlanta just. I mean, it's terrible. So
So
she,
so
like I
so
said,
everything don't look like Alpharetta. Everything doesn't look
no,
like
man,
Alpharetta.
no, that's the thing. Like, no, no, everything doesn't look pretty, but y'all know that. I mean, it's just, politics is a crazy game. I went to a meeting today, and it's just like everything was cool up until the camera came on, and
Mm.
then bam,
Hmm.
that's what the soundbite was. So
Mm.
I don't know. I just go out and clean. I just try to clean up communities, and that is affecting, politics up, so maybe I'll get to the point where, I can affect it like on a bigger scale, but
You gonna
You
run for
will.
mayor? You gonna
You
run for
will.
mayor?
well, I mean, people don't really know me in Atlanta. Like, I mean, they like in Gwinnett County, that's different. Like, it's they know my family name, because of our history. They know what I've done. But I don't know.
Uh, I
Something.
think in time that is coming. Me personally, I think that all of the great things that you're doing is just a matter of time. If that's what you wanted to do, I think you would be great because you.
Just give me a basement in one of the mayor's mansion. That's all I want, man. Just when I get old.
He always trying to get a basement.
I'm trying to get a basement because I'm getting old. I'm older than both of y'all. I need a
Yeah,
basement
in the
somewhere. You know what I'm
basement.
saying?
Yeah.
I need a basement and some food. Just send the food downstairs.
He
Basement, and I'm good. I'm good.
That's
he
easy.
said that
That's
on
easy.
the last podcast we did with Brad Giles and Tronda.
Oh yeah, I
Guy.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Yeah. That's
big power
awesome,
couple.
man.
I actually need to link you with them.
Okay.
They're entrepreneurs and they're out there
Oh
too.
yeah.
And they work and they're doing good
it.
work. They're doing
doing
good
great
work with
work.
healthcare.
Oh,
But I want a
dope.
basement too. I want to be in their basement too. So
Yeah,
one of y'all,
he asked him for a basement on the podcast.
give me the basement, baby.
Okay, all
They
right.
say you don't like that basement.
No, you got spots, man. That's all good.
Yeah, but Chad, I tell you, I mean, the stuff that you're doing, like Donald was saying, from your art to your community help is God's work. And
Thank
I know that I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you
Thank
coming on at the last minute, notice and all that stuff.
That's
It's
the
just
brother,
beautiful.
man. He's a brother.
Yeah,
He's a
no,
brother,
yeah,
man. So
yeah.
I,
Whatever. No, I'm proud of y'all though, man. I mean, let's just flip it real quick. I mean, I've seen, y'all are growing, man. This is dope. Look at it. I mean, it's just I support it. So if whenever you want to do anything in New York, I'm coming up there because I need to just come up. I need to come up to New York, man. So
You need
so we-
it.
I
so we
need
can
to,
hang
man.
out.
I'm a dad, dude. I need to get out of here. But
I
I haven't left yet. I'm just like, yo, let me go to New York at least. You know what I'm saying?
Just give me 2 days. Give me 2 days.
I'll come back. But yeah, no, I support it. So I'm there, man. Just give me a date, and I got to clear up my wife. But yeah, we'll be up there.
Yo,
Yeah, we're gonna be pushing everyone's art again soon. I mean, this time we were supposed to be doing some pop-ups and stuff, but COVID came in and that kind of threw us off. And then we got the food drive coming up. But one of the reasons we wanted to get you on tonight was to promote your art on some of our platforms.
Okay.
That's why in the middle of the conversation we asked you about your art and how you felt about that, and because I think that's a part of you that can go all around the world. I don't know if you saw that article with the girl. What's the woman, the girl who gave the speech at the during the inauguration? The sister, the poet.
Amanda Dorman or
Amanda,
definitely Amanda.
That's a shame
I
we
don't
don't
know
know
her
her
last name, but
come on now, we're supposed to know her name.
We
but anyway,
should. That's three
we are
black
African.
people.
We sitting up here African American. I bet you as a Jamaican, they'd be
What's
like
her
Amanda
name?
Dorman, man. Amanda
What's
Dorman.
her
What's wrong with you?
name?
yo, man, me know her. Me know her.
Yeah.
She had that yellow coat on.
But she was doing her poetry, and then some white girl in Switzerland wanted to do it, and basically people went against her and went against the white. I don't know if you saw that, but
no.
they were like, a white woman, a white girl cannot say her poetry. And
Why
she was
not?
like, come on, man, that's art. Art is for everybody.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we have this art. And it's because we want to express how you feel and what your art expresses to everybody. I mean, with this podcast and what you're saying about politics, to clean up the neighborhood, plus that flag that's right there in the Road to Legacy's room right there, it just shows how we should be as Black people. It shows integrity, it shows love, and yo, we really appreciate you, man. I mean, you're a king. I don't usually, now Donald knows that I don't call people king, because I'm the Black Republican. I don't call people king.
He's a king.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And I'm a little bit of a hater. I'm a little bit of a hater, but I can't hate. I'm a little bit of hater, and I don't call people king because we be walking around calling people king this and king that,
Yeah,
and then we
yo.
punching people in the slam, peeing on the elevator. But that's that's what we do. That's what we do. We throwing garbage, so you got to go pick it up.
I
Yeah,
gotta
I'm a
pick it
king.
up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Taking shits in the woods and shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm sure you see that when you walking to clean stuff up.
Oh, I
So what
have,
I'm trying to,
yeah.
I'm not calling nobody a king, but I'll call
Okay.
you a king, brother.
Well, thank
I'll
you.
call
Thank
you
you,
a
man.
king.
Thank you.
God bless you and your family, man. I love the work.
I'm
you
sorry,
do.
but
Okay.
Oh man, yo, Chad. No, seriously though, brother. This is an honor. It's an honor to know you, to call you a brother, to call you a friend. I'm extremely proud of you. You got an incredible woman as well. God bless her and you and your family, man. And this is not the last time that we will be talking and doing something. And soon, Martin and I, if not Martin and I'll definitely be back in Atlanta real soon.
I'm coming up there too. What about me? I can't go up to Atlanta.
Hey,
I know people in Atlanta. I
I
got
got
family in Atlanta.
I got 2 rooms. I got 2 rooms if y'all need. So
You got a basement?
no, we got crawl space. we gotta build that out. We gotta build that out. We would come back in about 1 year.
Well,
you
1
can
year,
leave him
all
the
right.
crawl space. He was
1
in the
year.
military, so he
I want a
feel
big.
like
I
he's in
want
a
a full
bunker.
base. Those days are over. Those days are over. Hey, Chad, don't listen to that knucklehead right
Yeah.
there. Don't listen to Nostradamus. Nostradamus always got something to
Yeah,
say.
he's about to get married to a white woman in 2
See,
weeks.
there we go. See, it's got to be a white woman. That's right.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I'm getting married, man. Can I
Oh,
get
I
married
thought
to a
you-
woman? Can I get married to a woman? Why does it have to be a
Yo,
white
nah,
woman?
you know,
I thought y'all
I'm
already married.
actually,
Now, and he likes her.
I
So
no,
she
I
hears
love your
this. She's like,
I love your
"Dang, man,
fiance.
why
I love your
Donald blowing me
fiance
up like that?"
because she loves
She's
loves
cool
you,
though.
man.
She's dope.
No, she's cool. She's cool as hell, man.
She's
Like she's
Nah, she's
amazing.
good. We two
Like,
old people getting married, but it's all good. We love
it
it.
doesn't even matter.
Hey, my
It
dad got
doesn't.
married. Hey,
No,
my
you
dad
fine.
just got married on Zoom, man.
Oh, really?
On Zoom. This is
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. He was with her, or was he on Zoom marrying her somewhere else?
They were together.
oh,
The
okay.
pastor was somewhere else. Everybody else was somewhere else on Zoom completely.
Now
So
I thought you meant like your dad was in one state and she was in
Right,
another
and she
state.
was in another state.
He said we going to elope.
oh
through
no,
Zoom."
I mean they were both in the same room.
That'll be some new shit
Okay.
right there.
Well, we got
I
20
do.
people coming out. We're gonna be on Zoom too. We're gonna be on Zoom.
In
We're
the
gonna be
state
on
of
Zoom.
Missouri and the state of Texas, I do.
Yeah. No, well, that's good, man. Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you,
It's
man.
good.
And I will tell you this though, straight up. If you need any advice, I know this sounds crazy. When you're gonna have 2 girls, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Now I went through a divorce like maybe 7, 8 years ago,
I
right?
didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was married for 19 years, and
Wow.
we're doing a podcast on that real soon, right?
Wow. Okay.
And she's a great woman, but she took her own journey somewhere else.
Okay.
Got embarrassed with the situation with herself, had a mental breakdown, and I had to raise the kids by myself. My daughters by myself.
Wow.
So if you ever, and my daughters are right now, one is 19, she's in Loyola in New Orleans, and one is about to go, I don't know where she's gonna go. It's either West Point or some school like that, somewhere, and she's
Damn,
doing
man.
good.
Okay.
And my oldest one is working for the FBI. So
Jeez,
all that
man.
being said, brother, if you need, and everybody's situation is different. I tell Donald this all the time, and I'm serious about this. This is what, if you need a brother to talk to, and if you need any type of advice, you do what you want to, but I can tell you, and I can help you through any time that you feel that when it comes to being a father, that you're doubting yourself. Because I didn't call for this, I didn't want this.
Yeah.
But I had to do it, and I had to turn them into my friends. I'm still their father, and they respect me as so. But I had to do it where I was like, "Yo, we're a team," because I got to go to work.
Yeah.
I got to go to work, and y'all gonna be here all by yourself, and no Negroes can come up in here, and none of that can happen.
Yeah.
And they listened to me, and they respected
Awesome.
me, and they still do to this day. They tell me where they're
Yeah.
going, they give me a kiss on the head, good night. Then they know the stuff that I go through to make sure that they're straight. But if you ever need, as a brother to brother, if you ever need any advice, whatever, don't hesitate. I'm not gonna get in your business, but I will tell you what you need, man, because it's a time that I tell Donald this all the time, that people say they do anything for their kids. I do anything for my kids. I'll kill somebody for my kids.
Mhm.
But then some people don't stay together for their kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's if somebody rape your kids, you're gonna go to jail. Somebody do this, you're gonna go to jail. But will you sacrifice on both sides, not just submit, even try? Now, I'm not saying everything is not perfect. Sometimes you, but if you need any help, man, I'm here for you. That's all I got to say. That's what I'm trying to say. I talk a lot, but
Hey, no, you got a podcast. You got to. But I mean, I thank you. No, because I'll take it, man. I listen to people that made it through some situations. So,
oh
two
yeah,
girls.
this is no joke, baby.
Yeah, it's not. It's
Getting
real.
to it.
It's real.
Raising two girls is no joke.
Yeah.
All right. So Donald.
Yo, and so this concludes, I guess, the episode with our brother Chad Livsey. And Chad, on the side note, besides the podcast, he says that he really, really means it. I remember he said that to me when we came back from our wedding, and that was about almost 11 years ago. And he hasn't let me down yet. That makes me emotional to think about it. I ain't gonna start crying right now, but
No, please don't, man. Don't.
yo,
I don't have no tissues. I can't come over there and wipe your eyes, man.
on
You
some
want to see? You want to
real
see this
talk
chest
though,
hairs?
man.
Want to see
Yeah.
my chest hairs?
Yeah.
This brother, like, I kid you not, King. Like, yeah. So when he says that, he really,
Yeah.
really means it. Like through
Yeah.
through everything, through
Yeah,
my
no,
marriage, through all of it, man.
I might
I
be the
thank
black
God, man.
Republican, but I love my people.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
We need both sides, and I feel it. I feel it. So and I appreciate it because I'm there for Donald the same way. So I mean, I know if
Yes.
you feel the same way. It's all love, man. So thank you.
We're gonna take all this man love out of here. We're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
edit this. This is a
This
lot
ain't
of
nothing wrong with
man.
no man love. We
This is
ain't
a
gotta be gay or nothing.
man.
This is black man love. It's
What do you
cool.
call it? Man
Hey,
romance.
man, we got
No.
Man
families.
romance.
We need this. Black men need this, actually. He too busy
Oh,
trying to
That's
be
my
all
homie.
tough
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
time. And
man. Yeah.
you know what I'm
you guys
saying?
are yeah,
Fuck
but see, you
looking at
guys are. I was in the military. You guys are civilians, so y'all.
I made it through I was in the war on drugs. So
Oh, ooh, I like that. I like that.
I'm an 80s baby.
yeah, I made it through the war.
Yeah, that's a
We
good
still
point.
smoking.
Yo, that's a good point.
Yeah.
100%. That's a fact. That's the black fact right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, war on drugs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yo,
All
King,
right, man.
yo,
I'll
God bless
see
you
y'all.
and your
All
wife
right, man.
and your
God
kids,
bless.
man. And we will talk soon. I love you, man. And
Okay.
yo,
Love you too, man.
Love you too. Get that basement ready. That's all I need to know. Get that
We got
basement
you.
ready.
We got
I'm
you,
out.
man.
When I get old, man, I need a basement, baby, just in case I
Hey.
get kicked out of my lady's house. All right.
Hey, when these contracts start hitting, I'm blowing that crawl space out. It's gonna be full out. You're gonna
I
have
just want
headroom.
a piece of marble on the floor, and I want an M in it for Martin.
Perfect.
And then Uncle Martin lived downstairs.
Hey, we live off Martin Street. You know what I'm saying? So
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uncle Martin, just give me a shotgun so I can protect the girls when you ain't there.
Easy.
In Georgia, and put an M
Yeah.
in the floor. I'll be sitting right downstairs for you. All right.
Got you, brother. Got
All right.
you.
God bless, man.
All
I'm out.
Peace, man.
yo,
Later.
all right. Peace.
Peace.